Again, thanks for speaking to us. How did you feel watching the German national team lose, especially very late to the Blue Samurai of Japan?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm a little bit shocked because I didn't expect the German team as good before the World Cup, but that they are so disappointing in this first game that they couldn't put any pressure on the Japanese team. That Hansi Flick made, in my opinion, some mistakes in his coaching by first putting Ilkay Gündogan as the central player on the pitch and then put him out after 68 minutes because he seems to be sure that he will win the game, and in the end losing the game with so individual mistakes, and to be honest, it's a little bit shocking that they play like this.
I mean, back home in Germany, what's the sentiment like? Who is to blame for this according to the German people? Is it the coach? Is it the players? Who exactly is to blame for this defeat?
I think we go in the details. Of course, it's not only the coach, but maybe I think some journalists are thinking about it was the seventh game of Hansi Flick as the national coach now, and most of the opponents wasn't that strong teams like others, and this was the first really tough test if he's a good coach or not. You win 6 titles in one season with Bayern Munich, so he is a good coach. He worked for the DFB for a long time. He was in the squad 2014 when we win the World Cup, so he is a good coach, of course. But on the other hand, he made really bad mistakes yesterday night, and so I think in a way they will blame it on him in this certain case. So it really depends what is happening on next Sunday, because when we are losing this game as well, then Germany is out of the tournament.
I mean, as Germans, what are your expectations for this competition? Do you expect to go all the way? Will you be okay with not going too deep into the competition?
You mean for the German team?
Yeah, I mean, as journalists, as German people, like, is this a team you guys think can go all the way?
Like I said in the beginning, our expectations wasn't so high for the World Cup, but I was really, I was sure that they can make it to the quarter final at least, because German teams can always make it to the quarter final, I think. But you see, I'm not the youngest guy anymore, so I've seen it. I've seen the 80s, and we were always in the final, not always even with the best teams in the tournament. So a German team can always surprise, and that is also a reason why I was a little bit shocked yesterday night, because I couldn't see that they really wanted to win. I see the Spanian team afterwards, and they say it's a young team, and they really wanted to be the winner in this game, and they made 7 goals, maybe 2 or 3 goals too much in a way, but I couldn't see the German team wanted to win this game, and that was strange in a way. So I'm not sure if we can pass the first round anymore.
Now, who are the star players in this team, or even the players in this team that you think need to step up if Germany will salvage this competition?
Yeah, I was really disappointed by Serge Gnabry. I was really disappointed by Kai Havertz. He plays for Chelsea. He's a very, very talented player, and I haven't seen him since he left the pitch. I don't understand why Ilkay Gündogan is the central player and goes out, has to go out after 68 minutes. We have a very young player, Jamal Musiala. He made some interesting things. Maybe he was the only player in the offensive part of the game he did some interesting things. Then we have Thomas Müller. Maybe he's not Thomas Müller from 2010 or 2014 anymore, but he is always a player who can make a difference. He didn't do it. So, and we have a defense which is we can discuss if this is the right defense or if we change the defense players in the next game, at least two of the players.
Now let's talk about some non-football related stuff. Your team made all the headlines on social media for the gesture before the game. First of all, what does that gesture mean from a German standpoint?
I talked to some journalists after they made it on the pitch, and of course we had an idea, but we couldn't really find out what it is. After the game, Hansi Flick was asked by a English journalist in the press conference, and he said it was our reaction on the FIFA making us speechless. And that has to do with the sign. They wanted to sign, to wear the sign on the pitch, and the FIFA forbid it, although they make a common decision, as we heard before, that it's allowed to wear this sign, and now they make this kind of expression. I think it was expectations of the German media and the German public as well, because in Germany we have this huge discussion since weeks or months about human rights, about gay rights, about the workers on the stadium buildings who died, at least 6,500 people. All these things are in the German media for a long time now, and a lot of people wanted to boycott the team. The team should make a boycott of this World Cup, and so all these things are behind it. And so it's a very small sign for the German public or the European public. Okay, we are not happy with the situation or whatever.
Now, finally, FIFA President Gianni Infantino described Europe's criticism of the World Cup as hypocritical, that Europe have been involved in colonization and stuff like that. Where do you stand on his comments and all the discussion on human rights like revolving around Qatar and the World Cup?
I think if there is a mistake made, then it is made by the FIFA in 2010 by giving the World Cup to Qatar. But I think the DFB and the Middle European Football Association had 12 years' time to have a kind of opinion to that. And they could send a sign if they are not content with the situation. We lost this chance to make this sign. Now coming to the World Cup and then sending signs, I think it's much too late. Of course, I think everyone agrees that we have to talk about human rights. We have to talk about difficult circumstances of workers. I think all over the world, we all agree in this question, I think. And that's the reason why I come here, because I want to find out how do you think about it, how think other journalists and other supporters by other teams think about it, how is the Arabic other Arabic people thinking about it. That is the reason why I'm here, and of course we have to be in a dialogue about that, of course. I think that is different, that's necessary. But on the other hand, now put the pressure on players who were kids in 2010 when the World Cup was given to Qatar. That's a strange view on it. They couldn't stand it. That's impossible.
Finally, who do you think is winning this World Cup and why?
I haven't seen all the teams now, so I talked to a lot of journalists, and they said that's a Brazilian team. But from all the teams I've seen since the beginning of the World Cup, I would say Spain is very surprising. I'm looking forward to see a Brazilian team tonight, and after that I can give you a certain a better idea of who's winning the World Cup.
Thank you very much.